Hey guys, it's Sarah and I am here with my June Kindle haul. So these are all the books that I have downloaded onto my Kindle in the month of June. And I just changed my cover because I have a little stack of covers and I just, when I'm in the mood to change it, I'll change it. So I have a pink polka dot cover right now and it's super cute. And I really like this one because it has a kickstand on it, so I can open it and there's a little kickstand so I can set it up on the table while I'm eating or something. It's really fun. So I will leave a link to this cover down below if you guys are interested in it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some NetGalley books. I have two books from NetGalley that I got approved for this month, so I have downloaded them. The first one is Omega, and this is by Jess Accardo. This is book number 2 in the Infinity series, and I have the first book actually in physical form, and I got it last year, and then this one I just got approved for on NetGalley. So I do plan to read both of those books, hopefully in the month of July, and get a review up for both of those books, but Omega comes out August 1st. The next one from NetGalley is called Anatomy of a Scandal, and this is by Sarah Vaughn, and this one actually doesn't come out until December, so I have a while to read it, but I am excited about it. So this book follows a married couple, Sophie and James, and James is a seemingly perfect person, and he ends up getting accused of a horrific crime, and Sophie is determined to prove his innocence. And this also follows the prosecutor for that case. Her name is Kate, and she is convinced that James is guilty and going to any lengths to try to make sure that he pays for his crimes. So we're trying to figure out if he did whatever this crime is or not. And the two women who are either completely behind him or completely against him. So it sounds pretty interesting. I'm excited to read it. Okay, so now these next ones are just ones that I downloaded myself. The first one is Woman number 17 by Eden Lepucki, I believe. This one I first saw going around for Book of the Month Club, which is a book subscription service. I heard a few people talking about it and unboxing it when they had their own boxes each month, and it sounded very, very interesting. I believe it follows a woman who is recently divorced and she is looking for childcare for her child while she works, and she ends up going through all of these women, and I guess woman number 17 is the one who she ends up hiring, but things take a really bad turn while she has her child in her care. So very interested in this one, and as soon as I heard about it, I put it on my radar and I went ahead and grabbed it on my Kindle. The next one is Three Dark Hounds by Kendara Blake, and this one is pretty popular. It's been going around for the past year. I believe the sequel is coming out this year as well, and I've heard very, very good things about it. There's been a few little mixed reviews here and there, but nothing really terrible and nothing that has deterred me from wanting to read it. This follows a world where there are twins or triplets, born, and the triplets have to fight it out for the crown, like to the death. So the surviving, whichever one of the surviving 3 is going to be crowned queen of this land. So I think that sounds very interesting. You're literally putting sister against sister here. So I'm very interested in this book and I was excited to grab it on my Kindle. I do really love the cover of this book too, so if it's something that I read and I really, really like, I may grab a physical copy if I can find it, maybe on Book Outlet or something, but yeah, so I'm excited to read that one. This next one is The Perfect Stranger by Megan Miranda, and she writes thriller books, and I do have another one of her books on my bookshelf right now, and then this is just the second one that I saw, and I was excited to grab it as well. I have not read anything by Megan Miranda yet, but I'm really interested in it. So I don't remember the synopsis of this one off the top of my head, but it is a thriller book. Next one is The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney, and this has gotten a lot of buzz lately and a lot of really good reviews. I've heard very, very good things about it. This is also another thriller, and this one is actually being adapted into a movie, I believe, by Ron Howard, so that definitely had me intrigued as well. Next one is Norse Mythology, and this one is by Neil Gaiman, and I've never read anything by Neil Gaiman yet. I do have, I think, at least 2 books. I have the Graveyard Book on my bookshelf, and then I have American Gods on my Kindle as well, and then this one. So this one literally follows Norse mythology. So yeah. Next one is Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. Paula Hawkins wrote The Girl on the Train, which I really, really enjoyed, and this one is another kind of a psychological thriller, and it follows a body of water that is pretty infamous for causing a lot of deaths. whether intentional or not. And one day a woman's body is found, but I believe her loved ones are convinced that she did not willingly take her own life. So yeah, definitely interested in it. The next one is A Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh. Now, this one has been said to be a Mulan retelling. However, it is not. People who have been reading it have said it is not, and the author herself said this is not a Mulan retelling. The only thing that is similar as far as Mulan goes is that the main character, I believe, is Chinese, and she does disguise herself as a warrior, but the overall premise of the book is not Mulan. She's not, going to war to, save her country or do anything like that. She has a very personal vendetta that she is trying to conquer as far as the reason that she's going undercover like this. So I keep hearing people say Mulan retelling, and I'm like, no, it's not. And I think the poor author is kind of getting tired of hearing it. But it may have been inspired maybe a little bit, but it's not a retelling. It's not, completely from Mulan. So regardless, I'm still excited to read it. I've heard very, very good things about it. And yeah, and I love this cover too. And but I got it on my Kindle. Maybe if it's something I absolutely love, maybe I'll get it in hardcover as well, but we'll see. The next one I got is Alex and Eliza, and this is by Melissa De La Cruz. And this is a young adult kind of reimagining of Alexander Hamilton and his wife, Eliza, and kind of their love story, like them meeting and how all that happened. I'm sure it's based on historical research and stuff like that, but it is a fiction book, so it's not supposed to be completely historically accurate. And I think some people have been reading this and getting upset that it's not historically accurate, but it's not supposed to be. So I'm going to go into it like that because I did just read Alexander Hamilton, so I kind of know how they met and all the stuff that happened. So when I do decide to read this, I am going to go in with a fresh mind and just know that this is supposed to be not historically accurate. So my standards won't be set quite as high, I don't think, but I am excited to read it. I've heard good things. Next one is Don't You Cry by Mary Kubica, and Mary Kubica is an author I haven't read from yet, but I really want to. I've heard very good things about her thriller books, and this one popped up on a daily deal, I think, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It was only like $1.99. Next one is It's Always the Husband, and this is by Michelle Campbell. This is a recent release that just came out, and my mom ended up picking up a copy, so I downloaded onto my Kindle as well. My mom and I share, my mom and my sister and I share an Amazon Kindle account so that we can kind of all share books. So if my mom buys something, I have access to it and vice versa and all that. So she told me she had downloaded this, and I was like, yes, please. Next one was another daily deal, and I went ahead and grabbed it. I think it was $1.99 as well, and it's The Warded Man, and this is by Peter V. Brett. And this is something I heard a while ago from Elena at Elena Reads Books, and she loved this book series. It's a high fantasy book series, and she went on and on about it when she read it. And so because of her reviews and talking about it, I had put it on my radar to kind of keep an eye out for, and I had not been able to really find any cheap copies, basically. So when this popped up as a daily deal, I was like, yes, mine. So I went ahead and grabbed the first book. And the last one is Stillhouse Lake, and this is by Rachel Kane, and this is also something that I believe just came out, and my mom downloaded it, so I grabbed it as well. And this is a mystery novel about a woman whose husband turns out to be a serial killer. So he is locked up. He's found out and locked up. She has to run with her 2 kids to kind of start over because she's getting publicly prosecuted because people are assuming that she was part of it or that she knew about it, and blame some of the guilt on her. So she starts over in a new place, and as soon as she starts to get comfortable, a dead body pops up in a lake behind their house. So she's going, really? So that sounds very interesting to me, and I'm excited to read it. All right, guys, that's it for me. That's everything I downloaded onto my Kindle in the month of June, and I'm excited to read some of these and then just kind of see how I like them, and if it's something that I absolutely love and I really like the covers of too, I'll probably grab a hard copy. I'm kind of getting into that mindset now where even if it's a book I really, really want to read, I am good downloading it on my Kindle if I can find it for a good price and then giving it a try that way instead of bringing a physical copy into my house. Since you guys know from my last book haul, I'm trying to not do that as often. So I'm excited to give a bunch of these books a try. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of these books that I've talked about and what your thoughts were. And if you guys buy Kindle books, let me know what you're doing. If you have any deal sites that you get your books from, let me know too. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.